Take us back to that moment, like when you heard that he was shot. What was going through your head?
Like my world ended. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it.
As a mother, how do you deal with that pain of what you just described to me?
I can't.
Your firstborn, the man in your house.
I can't. It's like I talk about him, but talking about him is not like having him here with me. It's like everywhere I look, I see the Mario face. I see his face everywhere I look. It hurts. I asked my guy the other day, is it always gonna be like this? Am I always gonna see him? And like I'm seeing somebody that I can't even touch. That was my baby. You know, I pray for everybody's child that's out here, because it hurts. I don't want nobody to feel this pain. It hurts every day. It hurts.
Case, somebody besides the cops knows what happens, knew what's going on. And how do you feel as a mother knowing that somebody could
out here know what happened? If this was your child, you would want some answers too. Like, how could you live with yourself knowing that the person you even if you sleeping next to him shot a baby? How could you feel knowing that he killed this baby? How could y'all get up every morning? How could your conscience sit there? Knowing that you killed the baby. That this person that you're next to killed the baby. You're talking to this person every day and he killed somebody's baby. It could have easily been your baby out there laying in that street by himself.
When it's nighttime and the kids are down and your man is asleep and you're stuck to your own vices and the voices in your head and your own visions, what do you think about?
What I could have did to save him.
If you had your chance right now and had one more chance to say something, what would you say to him?
I'd give him a hug, tell him I love him. No matter what, I love him.
And with me, the grief, it never subsides until I go to sleep. Because I got to remember these young men that I have seen. When I go to bed and then I have to wake up in the morning and the next day they're telling me that a 9-year-old boy was shot 3 times in the chest and left in an alley. Who would kill a 9-year-old baby? And why didn't nobody hear this baby calling out for his mama or calling out for help? That bothered me. Here in Chicago, we lost a 9-year-old boy around 71st Street on the south side of Chicago who was murdered by 3 adult men. The pain doesn't go away. You pack it up for the day and put it away and hopefully you don't have to deal with it tomorrow.
How often do you think of Dodova on a daily basis?
Oh, wow. My brother. I think of my son when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night. This is something that you don't get over. You get through it, but you don't get over it.
Kind of tell me about that day on the 13th.
The September 13th, 2014 was one of the worst days of my life.
Excellent.
I'm tired of being sad.
nobody's around and the room is dark, and when there's nobody to talk to and your space is inundated by silence, what do you think about?
When I'm alone in a room and it's dark, I'm on my knees praying.
Ike was violently snatched from your life without any warning, without any notice, without any justification. So there was a lot of things that you were robbed of just with those final moments. You never got the last hug or the last kiss or the chance to hug him and tell him you love him. If you had the chance right now, what would you tell Ike?
To listen to me. Just listen to me. I got you. I love you. As long as you with me, is nothing would have happened. I feel like I've been robbed of grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a future with my son, a wedding, college graduate. Even if he would have wanted to go into the military,
Mm-hmm.
he had options. He had a whole life. He had a whole life ahead of him, and it was just snatched away. I wasn't expecting my son to die.
Tell me a little bit about Michael.
Loyal. That's when I think I can hold it together.
It's okay.
He was very family orientated, driven, fun. He acted like he had an old soul. Like my dad would always say, like, he's been here before. He was my right hand, my best friend.
Tell me a fond memory of Michael, like a joke or a prank or...
You know what? It's not even a joke. I had fell and hurt myself at work in 2012, and had surgery on my ankle. And by us living on the 3rd floor, I couldn't use the crutches to get upstairs, because by the time I got out of surgery and it was time to come home, my ankle was killing me and I had a cast on. So I was trying to crawl up the stairs. And when they told him, oh, your mama crawling up the stairs, I guess he was cooking. He stopped cooking. Michael flew downstairs and he said, Mom, I got you, get on my back. I said, boy, we both gonna fall. And he was like, no, I got you. And my baby grabbed me and threw me on my back, threw me on his back like a sack of potatoes. And that baby carried me all the way upstairs and put me in the bed. Losing my son taught me the true meaning of hurt. You go through life thinking that you've been hurt. But losing a child, you learn that everything before was just a disappointment. It wasn't a hurt. It feels like I had to learn how to be a mother all over again. I never really got a chance to grieve the loss of my son because I had 3 other children. And we had to pull each other together cook. Because how do you go from cooking for 5 to 4? How do you go from making certain things that you knew he loved, but you still gotta make it for the other 3?
On a daily basis, how often do you think about Michael?
Every second. You know, a lot of people say you gotta take it one day at a time. I literally have to take it 1 second, 1 minute. I can't look at his pictures because to deal with the fact that my son is only a photograph